Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ethereum bringing you another episode of Gyakuten Live. We last left off, we discovered the truth about this whole case. That Rina was the true culprit all along. That she was the one who printed out the tickets. It wasn't I, it wasn't Shiriko, it wasn't anyone else either. It was Rina. And that the reason why I didn't want Setsuna to go onto the stand was because Setsuna would have talked about the photo that would have incriminated Rina had we looked into it. And that Rina was the one who went to the printer room to print out the tickets. So yeah, that was pretty crazy how we managed to figure that part out. That weird brain blast of you did. And that I was trying to answer the questions, but I got most of them wrong. And I was trying to answer the questions pertaining to why I's diamond was left there, and that who left it behind. It turns out it was I who left it there, and that the reason why I did it was to protect Rina. I thought at first it was the case of maybe the culprit put it there to frame I, but no. And that maybe I put it there to protect Karn somehow. I was no, I did it to protect Rina. If that's the case, then, ooh man. But I do think that I was wrong about, I having lied to us, though. It is possible that she just told us the truth. It's the fact that, she left out that detail about Rina doing it. That's the part that makes me think, oh man, what the fuck? That's not like I at all. Which would be very interesting. And I'm wondering how much of this Rina knows. How much of, what I did does Rina know? Does she know that, I told us the story about her parents? Does she know that, I'm not the feeling Rina doesn't know. And that might cause problems for the relationship between Rina and I. The fact that, I did all of this for Rina's sake. And, if she finds out about this, and if Rina finds out about this, she might not be happy about it at all. That her friend did these questionable things for her sake. Which would make I's actions about hiding all of this make total sense now. But yeah, I'm really interested in what's going on with this trial. It's wow, I did not expect that twist at all, to be honest. I had a feeling that Rina was behind it ever since they mentioned the fact that she's a tech expert. I know that she is some sort of tech expert, or at least knows some things about some parts, I guess. I don't know. I don't know too much about Rina. I just know that, she seems like a tech person because for Rina-chan board. So that's why I theorized that, maybe she was the one who printed out the tickets. But, man, Cracker, you did a good job, throwing a lot of, red herrings at me. And, I'm very susceptible to red herrings for some reason. Because, I thought I and Shiriko did it for Rina and such. And I thought, oh, Shiriko must have done it for Alonso and Mia or something. But, no. It was Rina. It was Rina the entire time. I only thought it wasn't Rina because I didn't think that, she would have a reason to do it. That's, the one thing that was missing here. Her motive. But now I have a motive. She did it for her parents. Or at least to try and get her parents to come. So yeah, I'm very interested to see what's going to happen in this trial and how it's going to end. I'm hoping that I could, do even better than the last time, because I still had some trouble with the last time, but I wasn't frustrated, thankfully. I just need to keep doing what I've been doing. Just use process of elimination, and then try to see, what is wrong with their testimonies, because that's the one thing that's been stopping me, and I think I can do it now. I think I can do it a lot better. So, let's end this episode off on a high note, because this is probably going to be the last episode of this series until the third chapter comes out. So, let's do it, guys. Let's do it. Whoops, I almost chose the wrong one, too. Whoopsies.
May 14th, 4:33 p.m., Corporal!
Alright, let's do this again. I'm back to Russian Ellie.
Court is now in session for the trial of Gyakuten. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready to win, Your Honor. Good. Is witness Tenochi Rina fully informed and up to date on the case? She is, and is prepared to testify at a moment's notice. Just as I, the prosecution, am ready to pulverize the defense once and for all. I'd say it's the day of your reckoning, but you'd be blindly reckoning since yesterday, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. This is it! Today, I'll mercifully end your random flailing about with a swift, masterful performance. Blah blah blah, we'll see about that. Well, let's get right to it. Bring in witness.
Still no bailiff. What the fuck? Kampa's definitely taking a day off today, I suppose.
I guess we're doing this now, huh? Apologies. I know you didn't find any notable evidence today, and I originally wasn't going to call you up. Unfortunately, the defense does what the defense does. You know the drill by now. Now, I believe you've been brought up to speed. Please testify about why you came in from the right side of the doorway. Alrighty. Sorry, Rina-chan. I know you wanted to keep all of this a secret, but... Getting Kanasan roped into this wasn't part of your original plan, was it? I know you'd hate to have to shift the blame to her. I think if the truth comes out, you'll feel better about it. At least, that's what I hope.
This is gonna be so interesting. How is this gonna end? Alright, the right side.
I didn't go directly to the restroom. I wanted to test something out first. I've been developing an electronics jammer. It's just a project for my science and technology class. Around the time of the crime, I passed the restroom and went directly to the club room, but I didn't go in. You know how the door to the club room has an electronic lock? I was testing my jammer on the lock to see if it would work. After I did that, I went back to the restroom. That's why it looks like I came in from the right.
Okay.
An electronic jammer? That's right. If it worked, it would have unlocked the door without a fingerprint. Don't worry though, it didn't work. Even if it did, I only made it for experimental purposes, not exploitative purposes. Oh my, if anyone ever breaks into the club room, Rina-chan would be our first suspect, huh? Hang on, Rina-chan. Did you bring the jammer with you on the day of the crime? I didn't see you hiding anything like that. And you're saying you never went into the club room? Oh, about that. I've been developing it in the practice room. I just grabbed it from there before I left.
The practice room, huh?
One more thing. Since you went up to the clubroom door, you must have passed by the camera, right? Yep. That 4:11 p.m. entry is me trying out my jammer.
Oh man, she actually admitted it, huh?
So she's admitting she was the unknown entry of the camera records. Better keep that in mind.
But why?
Still, this whole tidbit with the jammer kind of came out of nowhere. I wonder if she's lying about it.
Maybe. Hold on, there's something... Yeah, let me look into this real quick. Hold on. What about... It's this part here, the shopping list. Did they ever buy a jammer? Old cell phone. Nothing yet. They just went to the electronics store for a cell phone. Why an old cell phone, though? Yeah, why an old cell phone? That's the weird part. Maybe that'll come up later. Okay, so I didn't go directly to the restroom. I wanted to test something out first. Okay, yeah, let's press that. I'm just gonna press that. I'm not gonna read the whole thing.
So I'm assuming that I-chan and Setsuna-chan don't have any more photos they coincidentally took of you passing by? I guess not. Otherwise, they probably would have gone in a completely different direction with their testimonies. That's just my guess anyway. Who knows? Well, I can't say it doesn't make sense. So she took a little detour, did she? Witness, what is this something that you want to test?
I've been developing an electronics jammer. It's just a project for my science and technology class. Okay.
Electronics jammer? What's that? Well, I don't know if electronics jammer is the right name for it, honestly. But the point is a device that puts out a signal that tricks the fingerprint sensor into thinking that it should be activated. It didn't work though. I was thinking that the sensor received signals because it had those records, but maybe I'm wrong. I've got it! So you use your so-called electronics jammer to wirelessly transmit a command to the printer to get it to print the tickets! Iggyati! Defense, please. Shouldn't you be above unsubstantiated claims by now? Just can't do anything with this line of thought at the moment.
Okay. Around the time of the crime, I passed the restroom and went directly to the club room, but I didn't go in.
So you're admitting that this entry on the camera records at 4:11 p.m. that reads unknown belongs to you? Most likely. I had to go right up to the clubroom door to test out my jammer after all. I was wearing my board at the time, so the camera wouldn't be able to recognize me. That makes sense, right? It's okay though. After my jammer turned out to be a bust, I went right back the way I came. Since I was just dilly-dallying under the camera the whole time, that explains why there's only one entry. Her explanation seems like it makes a lot of sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, I feel like this one is weird for some reason. Like, around the time of crime, I passed by the restroom and went directly to the club room, but I didn't go in. Let me check the camera records then, just in case. Well, that's a weird thing, because 411 says it leaves the printing room question mark, that's the thing. What's the weird thing? It's like, south is like here with the practice room and the restroom, but the printing room is northbound. Unless, well, the camera detected from the south, I guess. I kinda forgot where the camera was specifically, to be honest. Damn it. I really shouldn't have, forgotten that detail, because I feel like that's important here. Okay, let me, press her on other things then. You know how the door of the club room has an electronic lock? I was testing my jammer on the lock to see if it would work.
Did anything notable happen when you were trying that out? Not really. Kara-san was taking her stroll around the hallways at this point, I think, so I never ran into her. The door of the club room is on the bend of the halls, so I wasn't really able to look down either of the hallways. According to Kara-san's map, she's right. So she never ran to Kara-san. That makes sense, since Kara-san never met her either. I guess she left before Kara-san came around 4:15.
Okay. After I did that, I went back to the restroom. That's why it looks like it came from the right.
From what we discussed, you seem to just stand there in the restroom for a while without letting Setsuna-chan and Ai-chan know. Why is that? Well, they were taking photos, right? I wanted to watch and see what they were up to. Besides, they looked like they were having fun. I didn't want to disturb them. So, you just stood there staring at them for 2 minutes? Yes. What a strange response. Nothing suspicious here. No, ma'am. Definitely not. An electronics jammer. Definitely sounds like something Rina-chan would come up with. I wonder, does that mean she may have been able to enter the club room without leaving a trace? Is that possible? Well, if she had gone in, there would have been another entry for her leaving and therefore passing under the camera a second time, right? In that case, I should probably think about her motions and see if they add up.
Yeah, something's weird about, that line there. Around the time of the crime, I passed the restroom and went directly to the club room, but I didn't go in. She went to the restroom and went directly to the club room, but I didn't go in. Wait a minute. The restroom's here, she went to the club room. Well, here's the thing. She came from the right? So she went to the club room. Somehow. It's something related to the club master's records, I think. But it didn't show anything. I'm just wondering what proves what. She admitted that she was the unknown. That's the truth. Alright, northwest. Let's see. Enters club room, northbound. That's the weird part. Why does it say southbound, though? If I'm looking at this map right, maybe I shouldn't be looking at this map or something, but No, I know for certain that we saw the camera just outside the printer room, I think. So that's a southbound. This is no, I'm thinking about this too hard. She may have been able to enter the club room without leaving a trace? Is that possible? There would have been another entry for her leaving and therefore passing under the camera a second time, right? Yeah, there would have been, but there wasn't. In that case, I'd probably think about her motions and see if they add up. That's a weird thing, so if that's the case, then wouldn't the camera would have detected you again? That's the weird thing, because it was southbound, which means the camera must have been in this spot here. It would have detected anyone coming to the club room and then leaving the printing room too. But if you went directly to the club room, it would have detected you from the south. That means you would have gone to a full degree angle then. Right, Rina? That's what I'm thinking so far. But I'm just not sure how to prove it. Does this prove it, though? I don't think it does. But it might. Either this or the camera records. But I think it's the camera records somehow. Maybe it somehow does it. What's the thing? It says that Karin enters the club room again from the south too, which means this part here has to be the south. Wait, that has to prove it then. Because it came from the south. Maybe it's this. Yeah, it is! Gotcha, Rina.
So you went directly to the practice room, past the restroom, and to the door of the club room. Is that correct? I think so. Doesn't that add up?
Nope.
Unfortunately, no. And I'll tell you why. Let's take a look at the camera records again. Here, it says that someone passed by the club room at 4:11 p.m. that was me. Is there a problem with that? Actually, there is. The camera record specified that you are moving southbound. That is, you approached it from the north.
Oh, really? I thought it was, oh, that's what it meant. Southbound means they're heading to the south. They're not actually coming from the south.
But if you passed the restroom to get to the clubroom door, you would have approached it from the south.
Yep.
If you approached it from the south, that means you were actually moving northbound, doesn't it?
Yep. Got you there, Rina.
Suckers! Porado Visude! Wow, well done, Yu-chan. You're pretty good with directions, you know. Although, what exactly does this change? Well, because Rina-chan is admitted to being the 411 entry on the camera records, it means she's lying about her route. Oh, that's right. Good point, Yu-chan. Everyone, we know that the 4:11 p.m. person must have been moving southbound. That means they must have been moving clockwise around the halls. If we take the 4:11 person to be Rina-chan and refer to the hallway map, you can see that going clockwise means you take the long way around the hallways to the club room. But notice, what room do you pass by if you take that route? It would take you right past printing room.
Yep.
That's right. The logical route involves Rina-chan passing by the printing room. How do you intend to explain this, Rina-chan? Just because the witness passed by the printing room, that doesn't mean she had to have gone in. There are a number of possible reasons why Tanoji Rina-san took the long route. You have no proof she ever went into the printing room. In that case, the defense requests that the witness testify about why she chose to take the long route instead of the more obvious short route. Alright, here you go.
Alright, I can do it again. We're gonna do it again. Hopefully, I'm hoping for a perfect round.
The electronics jammer takes a while to warm up, so while I waited for that to happen, I decided to kill some time. I decided to take the long route around the halls. It's nice to listen to music while you walk, you know. I had my electronic board on at the time. As you can see, my board has a built-in set of headphones. My board also has a storage for a bunch of cool stuff, including songs. Pretty nifty, right?
I feel like there's gonna be some added testimony here.
Sure. What a neat little device. So you're currently wearing the same board that you had on during the time of the crime? That's right. It looked a little different then, but there are attachments, so I can add this to the board to make it look different for different purposes. Rina-chan wanted to take a stroll listening to music while her jammer warmed up? I don't know if I buy that. What, you've never done it yet, John? It's quite relaxing. It gives you a moment to yourself. Yeah, but I have no doubt that Rina-chan was the one who printed the VIP tickets. There's no way she just wanted to take a stroll. Think so? Better keep that in mind for the cross-examinations coming up then. Defense, your witness.
Alright, let's do it again. Okie dokie. I feel like this is one that's gonna have added testimony to it. The electronics jammer takes a while to warm up, so while I waited for that to happen, I decided to kill some time. Alright?
About how long does it take to warm up, would you say? Maybe 3 minutes or so. I guess you could say that my trip around the whole hallway took 3 minutes as well.
That's a little bit weird, Rina. Are you a slow walker or something?
And how do you know that trip lasted that long? Did you time it? Well, I had telepathy playing at the time, and I got to the 9th telepathy. Telepathy when I reached the club room. That's about the 3-minute mark, you know. Aha! Defense, do you have any evidence that would contradict witness's statement? Let's see. Do we have any evidence to suggest that the trip must have taken longer than shorter than 3 minutes?
Not too sure just yet. I feel we might, but I don't know. I will say I'm not really a fan of the fact that I have to answer yes for this, because if I answered yes and I didn't have the evidence, that would be a guaranteed lost points.
I don't think I have the evidence to counter that claim. Best hold off for now.
Alright, yeah, let's listen to this whole thing first. I decided to take the long route around the halls. It's nice to listen to music while you walk, you know.
Did anything notable happen during your trip? What? You mean did I see or hear anything out of place? No, not really. Not really, no. All I heard was Aison and Sesuna-chan chattering about something in the restroom, but that was when I had just left the practice room. defense, do you?
Yeah, I don't think I do have anything weird about this one. I had my electronics board on at the time. As you can see, my board has a built-in set of headphones.
Are you sure that board was the same one you have on today? Yeah, I have cat ear and star attachments for the idle version of it, but it's the same board. Usually, if I'm not using it for extended periods of time, I just put all the attachments on so I don't lose them, but I remembered to take them off for the trial today. You all called me up on such short notice that I almost forgot to take them off, you know. Right. Sorry for that. Don't worry about it. I'm not serious.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong here either. At least I don't think. My board also has storage for a bunch of cool stuff, including songs. Pretty nifty, right? Yeah, I haven't had any like added testimonies yet.
What else do you have stored in there? Let's see. Photos and videos, notes, song lyrics. Cheat sheets? I hope you're not committing academic disintegrity. I'd have to report you if you are. I don't bring this board to class. Oh, right. You bring your weird paper notebook when you're just lounging about. Does Notepad have cheat sheets? What the heck are you going on about? Knock it off!
That's so funny. Okay. Nothing yet.
She's mostly talking about her board. I think she's trying to throw you off.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I don't think she's giving us enough information just off the bat. I'll probably have to do some pressing. Sounds good. Don't let her fool you. Rina-chan may be nice, but she's also very smart. She'll be a tough nut to crack. Yeah, let's get to pressing her. I need to see what I can find out.
Yeah, it's this part here. The electronics jammers take a while to warm up, so while I waited for that to happen, I decided to kill some time. How though? It takes 3 minutes to charge. Is it? No, I don't think it's a camera records again, but let's see. I feel like there's something weird here. It's like, I remember she said something about like some kind of like cat designs or something. Cat designs for Rina-chan board. Nothing here. Nothing's really sticking here. Just the camera records I can think of. 3 minutes, right? That means you like heard Karen, right? Wait, hold on. 3 minutes. It takes 3 minutes for it to like happen. That's perfect amount of time for Karen to start moving around, right? She was detected on the camera. So she went towards the printing room, and then Karen started going to the north around the hallways. I just don't, it's not clicking with me right away. What about this is wrong in particular? It's like that the electronics jammer is weird. And she took the long route around the halls. Let me press on it one more time, because I feel like I might miss some detail. 3 minutes. That's the thing, 3 minutes. I feel like there's something wrong with this one. It took 3 minutes. Do I have any evidence to suggest that the trip must have taken longer or shorter than 3 minutes? I feel like I might have evidence to show that it might have taken like less than 3 minutes. I think that's the key here. Do I have any evidence to suggest that she had used a different board on the day of the crime? No, I haven't seen the second board, so can't be that. Do I have any evidence to suggest that Rina-chan might have anything else in her board storage? I feel like they got something for Rina-chan's board for some reason. Yeah, just that. Like, that's the point. The point is that, like, we're not supposed to focus on her board. It's her movements. Or the timing, right? Well, here's the thing. It's like, it's not really this, because she did say it took 3 minutes. So, I don't think it's this. I don't think it's the camera records again. It's just that I'm just wondering how it shouldn't take more than 3 minutes. It shouldn't have taken 3 minutes at all to get from the practice room to the club room in that rotation. It shouldn't have taken that long. But what proves that it shouldn't have taken that long? Maybe, wait, hold on, maybe it's the printing records. Hold on. 4:10, right? Well, here's the thing. It turned out at 4:10. Well, I don't know if it's really right though, but it feels like it's on the mark though. At 4:10, the printer activated, and at 4:11, Rina was detected. So that would mean, if she is saying that it took a whole 3 minutes for her to walk around the hallway, then something. I just don't know when she started walking around though. That's the thing. Hold on. It's either one of these two. These two things here. Is there anything that Rina-chan must have heard or seen? I mean, she would have heard the printer, right? The printer activate or someone be there if she was walking around the hallways at that time? It's either one of these two testimonies. I just don't know which one. But I think I'm trying to prove that like she couldn't have taken that long to do it. I think it's this one. I just need to figure out which one proves it. Yeah, that's the one thing I got. It's like the printer record somehow. It's like the printer record turned on. I don't want to get this wrong. I just don't want to get this wrong, but I feel like I am. If I hit yes. Well, she would have seen the culprit, right? If she took that route. Yeah, she would have. Like, I'm trying to prove something here. I'm trying to prove something. I just don't know what it is. So any instances where she doesn't talk about her board, that it's either one of these two. She did take the long route. That's not wrong. I'm gonna try it. I don't care if I get it wrong. I just wanted to, make sure I do something.
Yes, Your Honor. This evidence will show why the trip must have taken a different length of time.
I think it's the printer record somehow. I think it's that. Nope. Wrong. Fuck. Maybe it's the, other thing. Maybe it's actually the camera record somehow. Nope. So it must be the case, like, she didn't take that long then. Maybe it's this one. Yeah, she would have heard the printer, right? Nope. Jeez, what is wrong with this one now? I don't get it. It's gotta be wrong on one of these things. Oh, wait. Would it have been Karin's phone, actually? No, that would have proved that, like, it was there. Maybe it's Karin's phone. Maybe. I'm gonna try it. Maybe she could have heard Karin's phone somehow. Nope. Again. Jesus Christ, why is this one getting me stumped? I don't get it. Like, I don't have anything to prove that, like, the electric jammer doesn't take a while. Wait, is it... No, is it the VIP tickets? Somehow? I think. Possibly. Maybe she would have heard the tickets being printed out, I guess? Not the... that would be weird, because, like... Wouldn't she have heard... Wouldn't the printer also work? And nope. Great, again. It was doing so well, but nope. There's gotta be something wrong with the statement here. Well, wouldn't she have, like, seen Karin go into the club room, actually? Actually, let me try that one. That possibly could be it. Maybe it's the actress records again. Well, that doesn't necessarily prove it, but... Maybe. Nope. Something off about this testimony, man. What the fuck? It's one of these things. It's either one of these two. But we were, like, focusing on this one real hard, so it has to be this one. The 3 minutes part. That's gotta be important somehow. Taking longer or shorter than 3 minutes. It's gotta be this one. Just trying to figure out which evidence contradicts it, though. Why the trip must have taken a different length of time. Maybe the map? Oh, did I already use the map, actually? I probably fucked that up. Like, I'm hyper-focusing on this one now. It's gotta be this one. That would mean that it was 4:11 by the time she arrived. Well, she had to get to the club room first. How long did it take for her to get to the club room? That's my question. Hold on. It was at 4:11:08. That means at 4:08 she was at the club room then. Well, I just don't know when she was appeared on the camera within that period. That's the one thing that's stumping me here. I've already shown the camera records. I've already shown the map. I've already shown the access records, I think. I already showed that. I already showed the printer records too. I thought it was that. Is this another case where, like, it's actually a person? I hope it isn't. It might actually be a person, though. I think it might be the case that I have to show Karin here somehow. We're like, oh, she should have heard Karin then, if that were the case. Instead of it just being the club room access records or the other thing. If I don't get this one, I'm gonna try Karin. For that other testimony. Maybe the photo? Alright, let's try the other testimony then. Let me see if I actually have to present a person. Yeah, but seen of her during this day. Maybe Karin? Of course, I knew it! Yeah, I was like... That's the weird thing, because I feel like this part here should have been enough. I was right the first time. That, like, oh, if that were the case, then at that time, Karin was already began to move around and such. So she would have seen Karin. I just didn't know I had to present Karin directly. Dang it. Okay. I don't know. I think this is why presenting people as evidence is not a good thing. Because I feel like I would have been right if I just showed the camera records again. But because of the fact that, like, I had to directly present Karin, that would mean that, like, this would be wrong, technically. Although I feel like it should have been right. Because I'm showing the time frame. The time frame in which if Rina started moving around the clockwise route within 3 minutes, certainly she would have seen Karin, because Karin began to move towards the club room at that time. That's all. I feel like that's a little bit... I think that's like a really big mistake, just having us be able to present people as evidence, as counters to a testimony and such. Because it really makes it difficult to discern whether I should use this evidence or the people as evidence. You know, it's just that really stumps me up.
So, Rina-chan, you can confirm that you were going clockwise around the hallways. Is that correct? Yes. But at the same time, Karin-san was walking counterclockwise around the halls. One person walks clockwise, another person walks counterclockwise on the same path at the same time. What happens? That's right, they will invariably run into each other. Ah, that's right, they have to have met at some point during their walks. We know that Karin-san was circling the hallways from 4:08 p.m. to 4:14 p.m. based on the information from the camera records.
Yeah, which I still think would have been correct, by the way. I don't know, I feel like you should have made both of them correct, Cracklag. That was kind of like a weird thing, to be honest.
Not to mention, Rina-chan's trip requires her to be at the rest clubroom door at 4:11 p.m. It's essentially impossible for them to have missed each other. Karin-san said that she never encountered anyone in the halls, right? That means that Rina-chan must have avoided Karin-san somehow. The question is, how and why did Rina-chan avoid Karin-san? What kind of question is that? Obviously, the witness ducked into some other room or hallway as the defendant passed by. What do you say, witness? That's what you did, correct? Well, yes, that goes without saying. As for the why, well, I'll let the witness testify about that. Rina-chan hid away in some hall or room while Karin-san passed by, huh? I haven't really been paying attention to the surroundings of those hallways. I wonder where she chose to lay low. Ah! That's it! Defense. What are you lying about over there? I think I know. Rina-chan, the place you hid from Karin-san and... could it be? Mata! I will not allow you to badger the witness with random accusations. You know what you have to do instead. If you've got an idea of where the witness decided to hide from the defendant, provide the evidence to back it up at the same time. Evidence? Do I have any? Very well then. Here's my evidence that shows exactly where Rina-chan decided to hide from Karin-san.
Well, that's a weird thing. I don't know where. Well, there's a part here in this, like, map that's, like, standing out. I think it's there, but I don't know. A printing room? But, well, Karin was heading towards the printing room. It's not the hallway map, but that's like the one thing I have, to be honest. There's no other place like I can even think of. That made Karin's map. Yeah, nope. Yeah, it's like weird. I know it's that like secret door, but we don't have it. At all. Wait, was she in the printing room somehow? No. No. Well, that's the one thing to think about. Not in the club room. The club room's not close at all. Yeah, maybe the printing room? Nope. Where did she go? And how do I prove it? Oh my god, I have to do this all over again? Yeah, where did she go? I mean, you has an idea, I just don't know where specifically, unless like... Oh wait, is this a cat? No? I thought it was like the case like the cat went into that secret area but didn't like where the fuck did she go? To hide from Karin-san. Karin was all the way the restroom? Is it actually the restroom she went to? Nope. Come on, there's only so many places that you could have gone. The club room? Like they want me to point out a place, but I don't know how to point out the place. I feel like this should have been like a question that's like, oh, it could be like club room, restroom, practice room, printing room. It could have been like that, but none of the evidence is pointing to a location except for the printing room and the map and the photo of Hanpin or something. Unless it's actually in the here? What the fuck is going on here? Like, It has to be one of these. She actually went to the club room somehow, but I don't fucking get it. Like, again, I feel like where's the freaking secret passage? Why is it not in my records? That's the one thing that's been bugging me. Why is it not in my records? She must have hid there, but I guess she didn't. She went somewhere else. She actually go to the club room somehow. Did she actually go to the club room? What the fuck is going on here? My problem is that, like, my evidence isn't really pointing me to the location. That's the problem. I feel like she went into that secret passage. I just don't know how to prove it. The camera record somehow? No, not there. Unless they're telling me she somehow got Nakara's outfit. Which is weird. It's gotta be a hidden detail that I'm just missing outright here. None of this is pointing me in the direction. Like, this is just bonkers. Like, it makes no sense. Where the fuck did she go? Did she actually hide in one of these people or some shit? Like, somehow? Where did she hide from Garanzan? That's what I'm trying to prove here, but none of the evidence is suggesting it. Hallway mark, camera records? Hanpen did not work. The printer somehow didn't work, because I thought it would point me to the printing room. This is just weird. It feels like this is not the perfect way to answer the question, in my opinion. It really isn't. I expected it to be like, they showed me the map, then I point to the place where she might have hid herself. I think she went to the printing room somehow, but how do I prove it? The printer records? I knew it. It pointed me there, where the printer turned on. At what the wait. That would mean that, like, Rina was there while Karin was there. Wait, wouldn't the tickets have been printed by the time Karin arrived? Why did she not see them? Well, it's Rina. Somehow printed out the tickets, then hid inside the printing room until Karin finished her business, and somehow Karin didn't see her at all.
Let's take a look at the printing records again. Here, it says that the printers were turned on at 4:10 p.m. Remember that? Now, we know that Rina-chan was moving through the halls clockwise. We also know that she passed by the club room just 1 minute after 4:11 p.m. Yeah? But you don't mean... That's right. The timing of the printer getting activated matches up perfectly with Rina-chan's trip around the halls.
Yeah, that's okay. I still think it's a weird way to, like, have us answer the question, though. Like, they were asking us where she hid herself. It should have been the point where, like, we point to the location on a map or something. But we had to prove it with, like, a piece of evidence or something, like... I don't know, I feel like the question was worded weirdly. That's all. I think that's the problem. It was just worded in a strange way. It should have been like, how do I prove that Rina was there in the printing room? It should have been like that, like, we would have, like, been like, oh, she went to the printer room, she was hiding there. How do I prove that? I felt there was, like, missing parts of that question that I probably should have, like, been able to get the answer right if I just had more to that question.
Harasho! So, you're saying that witness entered printing room and turned on printer? It's the only logical explanation. No one else could possibly have turned the printer on. Is that right, Rina-chan?
Oh, Rina-chan was sparking crazily.
Rina-chan, the room you hid from Karin-san in, could it have been the printer room? Who can say? The printer was turned on at the time you supposedly went in. That can't be a coincidence. How do you explain this? Why was the printer used at the same time you apparently entered the printing room? Witness, this is a very incriminating situation for you. Please think about your answer carefully. Once you're ready, please testify about why you decided to hide from the defendant and why printer was turned on. Hang on, give me a second. Rina-chan, are you alright? Yes, I feel normal. Just a moment. Okay, I'm ready. Rina-chan, just hang in there for a little longer.
Oh boy, this is gonna get insane. Avoiding Karin, hopefully I can get this one too.
When I heard Karin-san coming around the corner, I ducked into the nearest room, which happened to be the printing room. Based on what I know, I think at that time my signal jammer finally finished warming up. Since it has wireless functions, it may have automatically connected to the nearest printer without me knowing, thereby turning it on. The nearest printer must have been the big white printer, and it stayed connected even after I left, which is why the printer didn't automatically turn off. That is, until Karen-san plugged in her own flash drive, which overrode my connection to it.
There's something weird about this one.
It's getting a bit convoluted now, don't you think? So your jammer linked up to the printer. It is convoluted, but that's what happens when you fit it around with technology sometimes. Just like with everything in this school. Alright, fine, Diet, with your boomer logic. It all seems a little too convenient, right? So all this confusion can be chalked up to one big accident? Not gonna lie, I'm fairly sure 95% of Rina-chan's testimony was fabricated. There's no way that all those coincidences just happened to fall into place. Gee, so you're probably aiming to prove that her story right now is somehow phony. Looks like that's what I'll have to do, but what are the odds that I have evidence to prove that something didn't happen?
I don't know. I'm still wondering what the freaking secret passage or secret door is all about. They have not once mentioned it, aside from the cat. Avoiding Karen. When I heard Karen-san coming around the corner, I ducked into the nearest room, which happened to be the printing room. Okay.
Why did you feel the need to hide from Karen-san? I don't know. You don't know? But you're the only one who can answer that! Sorry, I don't have an answer. Rina-chan, but... Higgyari! Stop bullying the little munchkin! That's enough! If she doesn't know, then she doesn't know! Sometimes your body just does things without knowing why! She most certainly went to the printing room to print out the VIP tickets. Right? Can I prove that now?
Based on what I know, I think at that time, my signal jammer finally finished warming up.
So, you're not sure? I'm pretty sure, but you often end up with unintended behaviors when working with technology. But as far as I know, that's what happened. I have no clue why, but it is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. I can't tell if this is extremely suspicious, or just extremely relatable. Yeah, you're just like me, Rina! For real!
Since it has wireless functions, it may have automatically connected to the nearest printer without me knowing, thereby turning it on. Is that really how it works?
It just connected automatically? Yes, there seems to be some unexpected side effect to the programming. Actually, maybe that's why the jammer didn't work on the door, because it was already connected to the printer. I'll give it another run later, after I program a way to disconnect it from the nearest electronic device after startup. Or you could just make it not automatically connect to the nearest thing when it turns on.
Okay, the nearest printer must have been the big white printer, and it stayed connected even after I left, which is why the printer didn't automatically turn off.
So, the printer thought your jammer was a flash drive. I guess so. Whatever it is, jammer pinged something in the printer that made it think it had a job to do. Oh, maybe I should rebrand my electronic jammer as printer jammer and turn it in as one. Printer jammer needs a bit of work on the name, or people might just think it messes up the paper inside the printer.
That is, until Karen-san plugged in her own flash drive, which overrode my connection to it.
Hang on a second. Isn't it possible that your jammer could wirelessly print the VIP tickets that way? No. By 4:15, when the tickets were printed, I was in the restroom. My jammer only works in short distances, not over several dozen meters through the 3 walls. Not to mention, I don't think my jammer is able to command the printer to print, only serve as a beacon to turn it on, among other things. If only we had more details about this jammer!
Yeah, that was a tough... That would have been a rough one to try and, break.
That's enough. At this point, we're running in more circles than the witness and suspect on the day of the crime. Now, huh? The point is, I think I've heard all I need to hear. It might be time to wrap this trial up. No way! I'm so close! Your Honor, please wait! The defense just needs a little more information! Is that so? About what exactly? this so-called electronics jammer, we haven't seen it, and we don't even know if it exists. The defense requested the witness testify further about the electronics jammer. Prosecution, do you agree to this? Absolutely not. Absolutely not? Correct. The defense already cross-examined an entire testimony from the witness about how the jammer interfered with the printer. Further information will be superfluous to the point of this frivolousness.
That's a lot of long words, Daya.
You've already gotten enough from the previous testimony. We're not going to examine every last detail about some device that has already served its purpose in this case. What will you ask for next? The components of the jammer? The size of it? The way you use it? Now the way I fuck your mom? Yes! In fact, I would like to know all those things. Your Honor, the defense has officially gone cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Let's finish this trial before we lose any more of our dignity. I agree. It may be time to bring this trial to an end. But first, defense, I'll grant you one last chance to present any evidence you think would advance the trial. Damn it, this it! Well, what now, Yu-chan? Do you have any evidence? I don't. At this point, the only evidence that would let the trial go on is the jammer, if it exists. I mean, think about it. If the jammer actually exists, surely Daya-san would have presented it by now. But Daya-san's refusing to show it to us. What am I supposed to do? In that case, you'll just have to make her want to show it to us. It's your only choice. Make her? Can you do that? Defense, it's time. Do you have any evidence that will allow the trial to continue? Evidence that would allow us to continue the trial. Do I have anything?
Oh god, no way. Oh shit. Okay, let's freaking do it.
Very well then. Here's my final evidence.
It would be... Oh god damn it, man. If I fuck this up, I'm fucked. It's not this, not the shop. Well, actually, hold on. Electronic jammer, right? Old cell phone. Dang it, that's like the one thing that's on my mind so far. Like, what did they go to the electronic store for? That's the question, but... it could be nothing. Well, I'm still wondering what these creased papers are all about. What is it about that? Wait, is it the jammer who did that? That did that, actually? Rina's jammer? That's the only thing you can think of. That's like the one thing I can think of. The fact that, like, Rina's jammer might have caused the printer to cause these creased papers. Yeah, that could be it, actually. It's just that I don't... yeah, it has to be this. It has to be this. Nope. I thought it was the crease paper. Like, her jammer somehow caused the crease paper. I guess not. Tickets? Nope. Like, I'm trying to figure out how to get this jammer in. That's like the one thing. I have to prove the jammer has involvement in this. I think it's the crease papers. Was it the printer itself? Nope. Unless I'm supposed to say no somehow. No, that cannot be the right one. Sort of, if that was actually the right one, I would actually be mad. It's not the printer something. Like, I don't get it. Why is the printer not involved with the jammer, though? The jammer affected it somehow. Unless I don't have any proof to show it, I guess. Is it actually, did I show the shopping list, actually? Nope. Yeah, I'm gonna try no for one of those things and see if it actually happens. There's no way to know. There's no way to know. Why would you allow me to fucking do this if I could say no? No, wait, no, don't tell me!
Your Honor! Unfortunately, the prosecution hasn't given the defense...
What the f- Are you fucking serious right now? I thought I was going to use the evidence to prove... Oh god, I hate those things. Those are actually things I don't like. I know these are things in, like, Ace Attorney games and such, that, like, those things, these like this, are also what I don't like about the series, actually. The fact that I was supposed to say no here for some reason, even though it felt like yes should have been the answer. It should have been yes, unless I'm still gonna fail this anyways, but it feels like this is gonna be the one. Then why give us the option to say yes there? I don't get it. Like, I guess, like, the warning was that, like, I was going to fail automatically if I got one wrong, but I had a feeling that, like, it was because of the fact that, like, Ellie had little patience for this. So I had to get it right or I'm done. This was like an Ace Attorney-tism that I just don't like. It's like this thing that's like, I'm just not sure what I'm supposed to even do.
Fortunately, the prosecution hasn't given the defense the evidence that would allow the trial to continue.
Yeah, that's stupid. The fact that I had to say no to that.
What's that supposed to mean? Well, isn't it clear? The only piece of evidence that would continue the trial is the one that you're refusing to show to the court. That's because I already know that it will have no bearing on the case. Showing it will be a waste of time. And yet, we don't have confirmation if this so-called electronics jammer even exists. It's strange. If there's nothing suspicious about it, why haven't you submitted it as evidence by now? Your Honor, what do you call it when you knowingly conceal or fabricate evidence for a case like this? Tampering? Tampering with evidence. But Diason would never tamper with evidence, right? Perhaps, but...
Yeah, this, like, here, when she did her prosecution.
Your Honor, do you remember this case from a month ago? Oh, yes, I remember. Maki lost a Dia back then, didn't she? That's what the official result was, but a certain somebody told me something interesting about this case that got me thinking. Would Diason have won without the fabricated evidence? Yes, there were those rumors, but they were just rumors, weren't they? Who knows? But I sure hope Diason isn't tampering with evidence this time around. Or did those rumors have an inkling of truth? Suck us! You can stop right there. I know what it looks like, and I'm aware of what happened last month. But a rumor is just a rumor, nothing more. Maki-san was the first to accuse me of falsifying evidence. Everyone else took it and ran from there. Right, Maki still thinks that you fabricated evidence, though. Perhaps she even started those rumors herself. But even if nobody believes me, the truth prevails. I wouldn't be caught dead falsifying evidence. And this situation is no different. The only reason I have not submitted the jammer is because the witness wishes me not to. But that doesn't matter. The jammer does exist. I have inspected it inside and out. Nothing about it raises any flags. And that's why, this one time, I figured it would not matter if it wasn't shown directly. But I suppose I was wrong to think that way. Prosecution, will you now permit witness to testify about electronics jammer? I will not stand for being accused of tampering of evidence any longer. So yes, I rescind my previous decision. However, defense, once it becomes clear that this testimony changes nothing, you will finally understand my choice. Very well then. Witness, please testify about electronics jammer. Okay. I feel a bit dirty for putting Dias on the spot like that in front of Ellie-san, but it had to be done. Thank you for the advice, Natomi-san. For that, I'll let you wash my boobs later.
Alright, the jammer.
I have the jammer with me today. It's right here. I apologize for not showing it earlier. It's meant to be a secret project. If it's okay, I would feel more comfortable testifying about it instead of submitting it.
Why? No, you can't do that.
So, jammer does exist then? And as I have said, I have personally inspected this device. I can confirm that it is handmade using parts from various sources, meaning that it is not a fake. Rina-chan says that she was keeping the jammer to herself because it's meant to be a secret project, but I don't believe it. She had no problem telling us about it earlier, right? Whatever happened to that? Her testimony is starting to fall apart. You better finish this quickly before she gets stressed out any more. If I could just break this testimony, we might finally get through to her just a little more.
Yeah, I have to there's gotta be some added testimony shit here. I have the jammer with me today. It's right here.
How do we know that's an actual electronics jammer? I'm not sure exactly how I'm supposed to prove that. If you want, you can give me a bit of time to calibrate the jammer to be synced to your phone or something. If your phone breaks, then you can be sure that it's a real jammer. No thanks!
I apologize for not showing it earlier. It's meant to be a secret project.
You had no problem telling us about this supposedly secret project before. Why were you so reluctant to actually show it off? Oh, I know. The design is a black box. You're not supposed to know its inner workings. But you couldn't even let us see it to confirm it existed? The visual design is also a black box. I don't think that's what black box means. But to be fair, it is both black and a box.
Okay? If it's okay, I would feel more comfortable testifying about it instead of submitting it. Why? Oh, shoot! It's always... Hold on. I didn't hit Q.
Can you tell us more about the jammer? Like, what? Let's see. What should I ask about?
How to use the jammer, when the jammer was completed, what the jammer is made from. Probably how to use the jammer.
Can you tell us how to operate the jammer? Alrighty.
The jammer reads signal data from a micro SD card. It connects to the nearest device and you can press the button to try and jam it.
So you upload the signal data from the fingerprints lock, but it connected to the printer? Yes, the jammer just searches for whatever it can connect to as soon as it boots up. Whether or not it can actually jam the device, that's another story. You'll have to make sure you have the right data. According to Rina-chan, connecting to the printer makes the printer think that it has a flash drive plugged in, until Kara-san overrode it with her phone flash drive. It's an awfully short testimony. Rina-chan seems reluctant to give you information if she can avoid it. Looks like I'll have to press her to get more. I can. That said, there are a multitude of things I can ask her, but in all likelihood, only one of them will lead to a breakthrough. Take your time if you need to. You may have to test each bit of information to see if you have any evidence related to it.
Yeah, I feel like this, one might be wrong, though. It reads signal data from an SD card, connects to the nearest device, you can press the button to try and jam it. I mean, that's true, though. But that would mess up the printer then, right? Or not? I'd like to check out the other ones, though. When the jammer was completed, maybe that.
Can you tell us when the jammer was completed?
She's freaking out with this one.
Alrighty.
She's freaking out. There's something to this one. I completed the jammer 2 days before the crime. Okay.
The day of the crime was May 11th, so you completed the jammer on May 9th? Yeah, I still needed a few days to snatch the signal data from the fingerprint lock so I could upload it to the jammer. Before you ask how I snatched the signal data, I used an RF scanner. Going into any more detail would be too big of a tangent. I agree. This is already a big enough tangent. Don't be going on a tangent at the tangent.
Yeah, but... She freaked out at this one, though. That was the question where she freaked out, for some reason. But let me check out the last one. What the jammer is made of. Let's do that.
Can you tell us what the jammer is made out of? Sorry, but what does that have to do with anything? That's what we're trying to find out. So please, Rina-chan. Alrighty.
Yeah, she didn't freak out at this one either. I assembled the jammer out of a coil from a bug zapper. An old cell phone. Oh, this might be it. An old cell phone and some other electrical bits. I feel like this might be it.
Can you describe the bug zapper and the old cell phone? Well, the bug zapper is one of those huge swarms that looks like a tennis racket. You can get those for pretty cheap. The old cell phone was pretty cheap too. I just got a really old unused one from the used electronics store. So all in all, this jammer didn't cost too much to make. What if Rina-chan and Suzuha-chan do their phone showers from the same place?
Okay, I feel like this should be the one, but what am I proving here? That's the thing, she didn't freak out when I asked the question. An old cell phone is here, right? The shopping list. But she asked Shioriko to do it. But Shioriko has something to do with the thing, it seems. It could be this. It could be this, but I don't know. It feels like I'm not proving anything with this, though. That, she got the phone from the store to make this. It's okay, what does this prove? Exactly. That's my question. So, let's go back to this one. The one where she freaked out. Yeah, when the jammer was completed, that's when she freaked out. Why did she freak out at this one? I completed the jammer 2 days before the crime. Well, would that mean that, like, she did it at some other point in time or something? No, that's weird though, because I wanted Shioriko to get some souvenirs and other items from Akihabara on the day of the crime. And she got the old cell phone from then. It must be that. Nope. I thought it was that. I was like, wait, so, but you didn't do it. Okay, maybe let's go back to this one then. Maybe just overthought it. No freaking way. God, I really hate it when I'm like right the first time, but I end up gaslighting myself into thinking that it's wrong. I honestly thought I wasn't gonna be able to prove anything with that.
Rina-chan, I'm sorry, but I've got this shopping list that I-chan sent to Shioriko-chan. Are you aware of it? Shopping list? Is it the one you talked about yesterday? The one that I-san sent to Shioriko-san the day of the crime?
Yeah, it's also doubly because of the fact that, like, this is the question that, she didn't freak out over. It's the one about when she made it, for some reason. That's what threw me off, the fact that she panicked at the second one, but not the third.
That's right, but there's one item on here that catches my attention. It looks like I-chan had asked Shioriko-chan to pick up an old cell phone, just like the one you said you made your jammer out of. There's no doubt that it was meant for you. Recall that the list was sent to Shioriko-chan on the day of the crime. Do you know what that means? That's right! On the day of the crime, the electronics jammer was not yet completed! Sakas! Sakas! Dia-san, you told me there was nothing wrong with the jammer. Why did you never bring up that it didn't exist on the day of the crime? Don't look at me! I was not made aware of that information! I was under the pretense that the jammer was completed much earlier than in reality. This discrepancy was never made apparent to me. Rina-chan hid this information, but Dia-san? Defense, what do you make of the fact that the jammer was not completed at the time of the crime? It means that Rina-chan's motive for taking the long route is bogus. Since her jammer wasn't completed, there was no waiting for it to warm up. She must have taken the long route for a different reason. But that's not the only discrepancy this raises. In addition, the jammer incomplete.
Oh, actually, now I think about it, yeah. That means I was right on those 2 occasions. I was like, if she made it 2 days ago, why? Why did she make it 2 days ago, right? So I was right on those 2 occasions. She freaked out about when it was made, because of the fact that, like, we might be able to see that she made it on the very day of the crime.
In addition, with the jammer incomplete, she must have turned on the printer manually instead. But why? Members of the court, I'm sure we are all thinking the same potential alternative reason. It's clear as day. Well, but this, do you have an explanation for your behavior? Witness, breathe. Take a second to catch your breath. The court will offer you a chance to explain yourself. Don't worry. Rina-chan, please listen to me. This is your chance to set things right. If you just confess to the crime, it'll all be over. I know you are having hard times, and that's not your fault. We're here to support you. You are our friend. You can end this right now. I don't know what emotions you're keeping inside you, but they won't hurt you anymore. Witness, it's time. Please give your testimony.
Oh, wow. It's kind of like, it's kind of like, I don't know what to feel, to be honest. I feel so bad for her. It's like seeing her like this. Like, Rina-chan board is just smiling, but I feel like she's like really just on the brink.
I confess to nothing. I can't. I just can't. I don't have the heart.
This gonna be a weird one.
Rina-chan, no! Sorry, defense. It looks like the witness is maintaining her innocence. Unfortunately, we're going to have to take this testimony for what it is. Oh no. Poor Rina-chan. I hope your little heart can handle this. This is what I-chan was warning us about. Rina-chan's not taking this well. Are you going to keep on the offensive? I know we're trying to find the truth, but I don't want her to break either. Maybe it's time for her to let out her emotions. If she keeps suppressing her feelings, she's probably also suppressing her joy. It's not about controlling her emotions anymore. I think she's letting her emotions control her. Rina-chan, I'm going to help you. I'm going to see this to the end if it's the last thing I do. So please, just tell me. What are you hiding from me?
I don't get it at all. Like, yeah, it has to be for her parents. I feel there's a twist here. I feel there's some twist here that I'm just not understanding right away. Unless it's actually related to the LD2 incident, that she knows something that she doesn't want to share with us. Or maybe it'll lead us to it or something. I don't know. I confess to nothing. I can't. I just can't. I don't have the heart. Oh man, the music is getting intense.
Rina-chan, listen to me. I know you were the one who printed the tickets, but I also understand why. There's no need to hide it anymore. It's okay for you to let it out. Defense! Quit badgering the witness! You've got a lot of nerve pulling that stunt at this point in the trial. This is unforgivable. Wait! Daya-san, please! Just let me talk to her this one time! Strike this from the record if you need to. It doesn't matter. This is serious. Just let me speak directly to her for a bit. Please! Prosecution, do you accept these terms? Proceed. Very well. The following interaction shall be omitted from court record. Thank you. Rina-chan, I've heard about everything that's been going on behind the scenes. You don't have to be ashamed of it. You just wanted to see your parents again, and I can respect that. You have our support, I promise you. So please, bring this trial to an end! I'm sorry, son. I'm physically unable to do that. My son, our son, they made sacrifices for me. They put their trust in me. They went to all these lengths for me. I can't be the one to do this. If I do, then I fail them. I can't be the one to have wasted all of their hopes of helping me. I don't have the heart. Your Honor, I'd like to add to my testimony. Rina-chan? I'm sorry, witness. The previous interaction was stricken from the court record. Allowing it will result in a mistrial. Unless the witness's sudden revision was a spontaneous decision. Daya-san? I assert that the witness randomly and voluntarily changed her mind. Then there is no issue. Daya-san, thank you. Very well. That record shows that the witness has an impromptu change decision. It's just like Ai-chan said. Rina-chan's afraid of letting down others. Rina-chan, no matter how you act, I can tell you're screaming for help on the inside. Please, just hang tough for a little longer. It's up to you now, Rina-san.
Aww. I have no explanation of why I turned on the printer. Just felt like it.
So, you're confirming that the 410 on the printer records is you? Yes, I am. But did you print anything? Or just leave it sitting there with the power on? Who knows? Perhaps I don't remember. I don't believe that for a second. I'd better proceed under the assumption that she did print something. The question is, what? The VIP tickets weren't printed until 4:15.
The crease papers? But wait, why? Why would you print 60 of them? I left the printing room at 4:11 p.m. The tickets were printed at 4:15 p.m. There's no way to account for this gap.
Would there be some way to delay the print? Say you order the printing job at 4:10, but it doesn't happen until 4:15. No, there's no reason why a printer would be a feature like that. When you order the printing job, the printer gets right to work. That's how it is. That's how it's always been. Rats. So there's no accounting for the 15-minute gap? I wonder.
Did she actually print out those 60 pieces of paper? Those 60 pieces of creased papers?
What's wrong with you, Moo? Well, even though the printer has no built-in way to delay the printing of the tickets, I wonder if there's something you can do that would simulate a similar effect. Simulate a similar effect?
It has to be the creased paper somehow. I don't know why the printer stayed on for 5... Damn it, it has to be the creased paper. She printed out 60 of these things. Why? The fuck? 60 sheets of blank paper found in the paper tray of the printer. All of them are creased around the edges. It has to be this. Wow. I don't know why the printer stayed on for 5 minutes longer than usual. Must be a glitch. I want to read all of it though.
Could it be that the ticket simply took 5 minutes to print? That's impossible. The printer can run a paper through itself in 5 seconds and print a full page of text in 15. Even if it did take 5 minutes to print, I believe the ticket's timestamp is based on when it begins printing, not finishes printing. So the tickets began printing at 4:15, meaning it could only have been Coruscant, right? Unless, somehow, Rina-chan left the room before 4:11 p.m., and then it began printing at 4:15 p.m.
Yeah, it has to be that. It's making it really obvious what it is. That's all I'm able to say. I'm sorry, I'm not strong enough to face this.
It's okay, Rina-chan. Take a bit of time to calm down. Rina-san, I've hurt people, haven't I? No, you haven't! Everyone who helped you, they did so because they wanted to, not because you made them do it. Don't you see? They care for you. You're not a burden, I promise! I've got to finish this. For everyone involved. Yu-chan, do you really think that'll be good for her if you reveal all her secrets? I hope so. I just hope she remembers that, even if she did some questionable things to Karin-san, it's not her fault that she was in the situation that led her to doing this. Rina-chan's barely given me any information to work with. I might have to see if I can get any information out of her and piece the bits and bobs together myself. Right now, the most pressing question is, how did she manage to pull all this off? Let's answer that.
Yeah, it's a 60. Yeah, it's this. The 60 pieces of creased papers. It's over.
When we did our investigation yesterday, we found something very peculiar. At that time, we couldn't explain it. You see, when we looked at the paper tray of the big white printer, there was this bundle of papers. Whoop-de-doo, Defense! You found paper in a paper tray. Do you want a medal? I don't need your medal. What I need you to do is feel the edges of the paper. Oh, there appears to be a tiny little crease around the edges of the paper. Yep, a tiny little crease. But why is it there? Perhaps the factory that made them was messed up and put out some faulty sheets of paper? I don't think so. I think these papers were all run through the big white printer. Huh? Someone decided to print 60 blank sheets of paper? That's right! And here's how I know they were run through the big white printer specifically!
It's the... Oh, damn it, what was it? So I want to make sure. Actually, yeah, it's one of these things, right? Something was creased around the edges. The homework? Yeah, it has to be... I hope it's this, I think, yeah.
This is Karin-san's homework. It was what Karin-san was trying to print on the day of the crime, not the VIP tickets. Wouldn't you know, she had printed it on the big white printer. The printer was suffering malfunctions that made this crease appear on anything that was run through it. If you touch it, you'll notice that the edges are creased, just like the big stacks of blank paper. In fact, they match perfectly. So that's the story. Someone decided to print 6 sheets of nothing.
Why, though?
But I still don't get why anyone would do that. What's the point? Isn't it just a waste of time?
Or was she trying to hide the tickets in there or something? What? I don't get it. I'm not sure I'm understanding this at all. Unless Rina knew about the email. and was trying to, like, throw everyone off by printing all of those papers? Okay, but why did she have to print 60 of them?
Exactly. The whole point of printing these 60 blank sheets was to waste time. Yeah! You mean?
Oh god, I cannot believe I have to say that again. What the fuck?
That's right. 60 sheets of blank paper would take a while to get through. Even if they're blank, you see. We've established that the printer likes to turn off after 1 minute, unless it thinks it has a job to do. There's no way that the printer would feel like turning off while it's in the middle of printing. So it would just happily keep turning on those blank sheets until its job ran out.
Wait, but wouldn't have Karin have noticed this then? Right? Rina went there first and printed out all those things. It should have still been printing during that time, unless it somehow printed out 60 pieces of blank paper, plus the tickets, before Karin arrived. Somehow, I guess?
Now, imagine if somebody ordered 60 blank sheets of paper and a set of VIP tickets somewhere near the end.
Yeah.
Suckers! Suckers! That's impossible! Are you seriously implying that the witches ordered the printer to print out all that garbage and just walked away? That's exactly what I'm implying. On May 11th, at 4:10 p.m. In the printing room, Rina-chan used a big bright printer, ordered 60 sheets of blank papers, and the VIP tickets. And then just walked away!
Oh my gosh, she's freaking out now. Her Rina-chan board is malfunctioning.
So, reality of matter is... Allow me to put it all into summary. The witness's top priority was not to be found out. Her plan was to delay the printing of the tickets, then to leave the printing room. Then, she would go to the restroom and get her photo taken there. The illusion would be that the tickets would have been printed while she was somewhere else. Thus, it would look like she wasn't responsible for printing the tickets, because she was in another room. But what about photo? Surely photo being taken at the same time the tickets were printed. That's too big of a coincidence, right? Hardly. I know you don't know this, Your Honor, but Rina-chan and Ai-chan are close friends. No doubt this was part of their plan from the beginning. Ai-chan was an accomplice to the crime. I'm absolutely certain that Ai-chan and Rina-chan were fishing for a photo that would coincide with the time the VIP tickets were printed. And let's not forget, Ai-chan had called Setsuna-chan to the restroom with her for apparently no reason. But if we consider that Ai-chan was trying to help Rina-chan come off as less suspicious by suggesting that she wasn't in the printing room when the VIP tickets were printed, it would have been the perfect opportunity to create a witness in Setsuna-chan. How did you account for the fact that the defendant must have entered the printing room right after the tickets were printed? The tickets would have been sitting on top of a pile of papers. Surely she would have noticed them. But that could never have happened, as the defendant reported not seeing any VIP tickets at the scene of the crime.
Yeah, how does that work?
Unless the tickets weren't the last thing printed.
Yeah, of course.
If, for example, the tickets were the second or third last things printed, the VIP tickets would have been under one of the blank papers. All the defendant would have seen was just a stack of apparently normal sheets.
But how did she not notice the fact that they were printed then? I don't get that. I don't get that at all. I don't get that part at all, unless Karin-san decided not to think about it too much.
Rina-chan, I've just got one question for you. How accurate is my account of things? Is it possible that this is exactly what you've done?
Jesus Christ, our Rina-chan board's going crazy.
Your Honor, wouldn't you agree that everything I've said so far makes a whole lot of sense? In fact, I say this degree of evidence vindicates my client. Karin-san was never the one who printed the VIP tickets. I will say, you've made an awfully convincing case for yourself. Prosecution, is there anything else you'd like to add?
Oh boy.
No, Your Honor. I've got nothing. And so, it's finally over.
What? Rina?
Hold it! Before you go. Huh? What the hell? I have just 2 words I want you to consider. And what's that? Rina Clicker.
Clicker? What?
Rina Clicker? What does that have to do with... I'm sorry, what's this about? What is Rina Clicker?
What in the world's going on?
It's a little mobile phone game I made. I call it Rina Clicker. Before I left the practice room, I had left my phone in there so the others could play it.
Okay.
And as we established yesterday, you're required to use your Nijikasaki virtual ID to start printing things. Since she didn't have her phone, the witness is the sole person who absolutely could not have printed anything, especially not the VIP tickets. Why? Oh, I think I understand. So no matter what evidence there is to suggest otherwise, the fact is that the witness couldn't have printed anything under any circumstances. That is correct, Your Honor. Meaning the defense's case is now completely done for.
Karin. She used Karin's.
Well, but now what, Yu-chan? We were so close, and all our progress gets wiped out, just like that. I don't believe this. Rina-chan planned this from the very start. This was her final lifeline that she was hiding until now. I don't know what to do. Nobody can print anything without their ID. It's hopeless! Nonsense! You're Takasaki you! You can figure this out! There just has to be an explanation for all of this. Defendant, let's hear it. If you still believe that witness was responsible for the crime, how do you explain how she was able to print the tickets without her phone?
She used Karin's.
I don't know, but I need to think of something. I've come too far to just give up now. Your Honor, the defense's theory is that Rina-chan
Used Karin's phone.
Karazan left her phone in the printer room on the day of the crime, remember? Since Karazan's phone has access to her Nijikasaki virtual ID, the answer is clear. Rina-chan borrowed Karazan's phone to print the tickets.
Unless that's wrong somehow.
2 problems with that theory. First off, the defendant's phone had a lock screen on it. Even if the witness had access to the defendant's phone, she wouldn't have been able to use it.
I guess this is wrong then.
Second, the witness must have entered the printing room before the defendant.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that shit. Yeah, that's wrong. Fucking wrong. No, it can't be I's phone. Yes, I's photo. Use the old phone made for the jammer? Oh, yeah, I didn't think about that, to be honest. The phone, I guess?
Have you forgotten? Rina-chan had a spare phone that she eventually used for her electronics jammer. She had 2 phones. Therefore, she could have leave her normal phone with us and used the spare phone for a crime. 2 problems with that theory. First off, depending on how old the phone was, it may have not.
Am I wrong here too?
It may not have even been able to host a ridiculously extravagant ID application.
I guess it's wrong too. Alright, try this again, because everything crashed. No, she used I's phone was let's see. Oh.
You know, Rina-chan and Rina-chan were no doubt in cahoots for the crime. If Rina-chan was working with Rina-chan, there's no doubt Rina-chan leaving her phone behind was part of the plan to make her look less suspicious. Defense believes that Ai-chan lent Rina-chan her phone to complete the crime.
Unless that's wrong too, somehow.
That's impossible.
I guess it's wrong too. She didn't use a phone?
What?
How did she do it then?
If Rina-chan didn't have a phone, how could she have printed the tickets? It's very simple. She just printed the tickets without using a phone.
There's no way that's true.
Have you gone bonkers? That's like saying, if you want to skateboard, but don't have a skateboard, just skateboard without a skateboard! Explain this. How could the witness have used her Nijikasaki virtual ID without a cell phone on hand? So I've been building up to this. If I could just get this right, he will answer everything! To all of you in the court, here's how Rina-chan was able to use her Nijikasaki virtual ID without a phone.
How? Harina-chan bored? No. Can't be that, right? Is it actually Harina-chan bored? Something's not clicking with me here. There's gotta be a detail I'm missing here or something. This is actually Harina-chan bored somehow. Do they have, like, IDs on these things or something? Yeah, there's literally nothing here. Just this, like, outfit. It's actually her outfit. Wow. What?
This is Rina-chan's idol outfit. She was wearing this on the day of the crime. If you'll notice, the outfit includes her electronic board.
It counts? That thing counts as an ID.
Defense! You're not implying! That's exactly what I'm implying! Rina-chan has the Nijikisaki Virtual ID app installed into her Rina-chan board!
Wow, what?
Ah! The witness has the app for a phone installed into her electronic board? That's crazy! Exactly! Do you even know if her board has wireless capabilities? Or are you just making this up as you go? The witness's board is for aesthetic purposes. How are we supposed to know that it can even connect to the printer? I refuse to believe that the witness's board has such a capability. It's ludicrous to even think about. But maybe I can prove otherwise. Very well. If you think that Rina-chan's board doesn't have wireless functions, let me show you why you're wrong.
Because it needs charging, right? How do I fucking prove that? The fuck? Damn it, how do I prove it? It has to be something I got. It's like, it has to be related to charging. It has to be related to the board. It has to be related to that fucking board. This is actually this again, somehow. Yeah, it's like the only thing you can think of. But it's not. I don't get it. Like, what the fuck? This one doesn't mention her Rina-chan board, that's the thing. If you think that it does have wireless, then I'm not getting it right away. What the fuck is proving it? That's like the only other thing that has it. Her Rina-chan board, the picture itself somehow. I guess like we're proving that like if it has a wire on, she wouldn't even have it around her. Oh, it is.
Yeah, this is in the photo that Ai-chan took on the day of the crime. In that case, please point out to what this supposed evidence is exactly. Show the court what you mean.
Yeah, the fact that like somewhere here. Oh, it's this thing here. I should have known.
I present this part of the photo to the court. An antenna? But isn't that just for decoration?
I didn't even notice that.
I highly doubt it. If the defense's account of things is correct, then Ai-chan's photo would have been taken immediately after Rina-chan used the printer, and therefore needed the antenna out. But the thing is, I've actually never seen that antenna on her before. As such, if you look at the witness right now, the antenna is not visible on the board. The only reason the antenna will be presented in the photo is if it were functional. And since it's here, the defense suggests that we take a closer look at her board to see if it really does have a fully functional, retractable antenna. Not only that, but we have a chance to verify if her board really has the Nijikisaki Virtual ID app downloaded into it. Once all of that is done, we'll know for certain who was responsible for printing out the VIP tickets. Witness, it's time. Please forfeit your board for inspection.
Oh god dang, this is... Aww.
It's been a long fight, hasn't it? Rina-chan? Everything that you said, it was true. All of it. The route I took, the plan to have my photo taken at the right time, the ID app on my board, all of that was me, to get the VIP tickets. This week, my parents happen to be in town. Their busy work schedule prevents them from being home most of the time. I figured, if I got them some VIP tickets for Join Next Live, they'd spare some time to come watch. I could finally see them in person for once. But it wasn't meant to be. I had expected this outcome. I knew there would be a chance that it wouldn't work out. I would have just returned the tickets in that case, but I was afraid. If people knew that I asked for VIP tickets, and I had to cancel them, I was afraid that they were going to ask questions about it. It's all exactly as Ai-chan had described, down to the finest details.
Okay, thankfully she didn't lie about that. Just the fact that, like, Rina did it herself.
I didn't want anyone to ask about it, or worry about me. Quite frankly, all of this was nobody's business but mine. So I hatched a plan. would figure out a way to print the tickets without anybody knowing. I wanted to leave no way to trace the fact that all of it was my doing. Then, if it becomes known that the tickets were printed, I wouldn't have to say anything about it. They could just be cancelled without my involvement. So, I had the tickets printed in a discreet way. I went back to the printing room a way later and hid them somewhere only I was aware of under the printer. That way nobody could link them to me in case I was caught. Unfortunately, I didn't realize they would have exceeded the seat count. The email was sent out and, well, I tried cards on through all of this. But my son told me that it was okay, so I just kept going, and...
Aww.
I'm sorry. I caused you all way more trouble than it was worth. I can't justify my decisions. I should have just faced them from the very beginning. Oh, poor Rina-chan. Rina-chan, it's okay. If anything, I hope you can forgive me for pressing you so hard. It couldn't have been easy. I don't blame you. I have no right to hide all of this after it started getting Karin-san involved. You were just doing what you needed to. And don't worry about me. You finally set things right. I feel liberated. Rina-chan, Bart, thank you.
Aww.
So that's why you did what you did. The true culprit of the case of the VIP tickets.
Yeah,
Oh, come on! You can't just blame Italy for all of this! After all, this was never meant to be a one-woman crime. Hi, son. We're here. Come on, Italy! Of course! If you're going down, you're not doing it alone. I'm going down with you.
this is like... just give me some feels, man. This is so... It's sad, but it's also heartwarming at the same time.
Yes, you're I, correct? You were accomplice, aren't you? That's right. Rina Lee may have been the one who came up with the initial plan and pulled out the crime herself, but almost everything else was my doing. I was worried about how the plan could go wrong, and Ai-san was always there to give me an answer to the issue. For example, one of the earlier issues was, what if someone knew that I was in the printing room while the tickets were printed? And I told her, delay the tickets being printed. I'll make it look like you were somewhere else when they came off. And then, Rina Lee was afraid of people thinking the photo might be faked. Yeah, but then Ai-san immediately thought of creating a witness that could vouch for it. Every time I had a concern, Ai-san had an answer. So that sums up your involvement in this case. Yes, my involvement was that I was blindly feeding her insecurities. Instead of helping her overcome her issues, I was just giving her ways of delaying facing them. And that's all I did, this whole time. And I thought that was good for her? I even asked Karin to take the fall for Rina Lee. I chose to sacrifice her for another. I'm sorry, Rina Lee. I was the real criminal. Hi, son. Both of you went to reasonable lengths for each other. Though unjustified, they were understandable. Please don't let it weigh too heavily on your consciousness. Heh, it's alright. We've got a lot of issues to work through. Rina Lee and I both. If the going gets tough, consider seeing a professional. Even if you want to be there for each other, you're just normal, everyday people. There's only so much you can do. I don't think it's that serious yet, but it's good advice. We'll keep that in mind. But thanks, Taya-san. You're not so bad. And you? Thank you for settling it. Thank you for saying everything. And you? Thank you for setting everything straight. Thank you.
Aww.
Defendant, please take stand. That's me. So, it's really all over. Oh my god, I cannot imagine how many times I've been here because you failed this trial so many times. Yeah, I know, Karin, I know. So, it's really all over? Indeed it is. As fun as this trial was, all great things must come to an end. Sounds good. What a lovely performance from both sides. I hope you all continue with what you're doing. It's too magnificent to go unseen by people of the world. That sentiment is shared. Please keep up the good work. this court officially finds the defendant, Asaka Karen. Nive Vonnen! Let confetti fly! That is all.
Убирайся из моего зала суда.
Really? You have to use Google Translate for that shit, Robbie?
Hey, I'm sorry, okay? When I looked up what get the fuck out of my courtroom meant, it was some fucking whack shit, okay? I gotta be a full-blown Russian for that shit.
May 14th, 6:09 p.m., the final lobby! Phew, that was tough. God dang it. How many times have I failed? Like, 15 times? Fucking God, I hope Crackling fizzes this shit. But, it's finally over. Well done, Yu-chan. How does it feel to have another win under your belt? And I feel good, but honestly, the best part is the fact that Rina-chan and I-chan seem to be happy with how everything turned out. That's right. And it was all thanks to you, Yu-chan. Well, I wouldn't say it was all me. For instance, I couldn't have done it without... Hey! Nice going! You managed to restore justice to our school! Speak of the devil. The devil? Where? I won't stand for evildoers in my part of town! Be gone, demon! Sister-chan, thank you for your help. Without you, this case may have gone unsolved. Really? Was it that helpful? Yes, I could count on you to speak the truth. And that really turned this case around for us. Gonna turn the thinking around. You are a true warrior of justice. Yeah, you're right. Alone, we are powerful, but together, we are the unstoppable forces of truth. And I'm glad it could turn out this way. Speaking of people I couldn't have won the trial without. Dai-san, thank you for your help. Help? Why on earth could I ever help you? Near the end of the trial, I noticed that you let Rina-chan testify in a way that wouldn't cause a mistrial. You have my gratitude. Poppycock! I wasn't saying that to help you make your little friend feel better or anything. I just wanted the trial to end faster. I just wanted to get this bullshit over with, okay? Okay, Baka? I really don't believe what you're... Hey! Quiet, you loon! Take a look at this! It's... a gavel? Not just any gavel. It's Ellie-san's gavel. She even signed it. Wow, look at you! Take good care of that now! Oh, speaking of autographs... Can what exactly? Can I have your autograph too? Bah! You...
Oh, is that actually what you wanted to say, Crackalack? Bah. Okay. Alright, Crackalack, alright.
Bah! You want my autograph? Don't be full of yourself! I wouldn't ask you for an autograph in a million years! It's for my sister. She's a big fan. I see. Oh, the red Nico. Hey, shut up, okay? You're more of a Nico than Ruby is. Yeah, it's a fair point, but at least I'm not annoying. I see. Yes, no problem. Here, give it to Ruby-san. Thank you. Anyway, next time we meet, I'll crush you in the courtroom. Takasaki-yo-san! I'm looking forward to it.
Though I'm 100% sure that that's the last time Diasa's gonna be a prosecutor.
Hello, my little hero. I see you're chatting it up with the others. Kara-san, I'm so glad you're off the hook. That too, but I'm mostly just relieved I and Rina can find closure in all of this. Speaking of which, I haven't seen them out here yet. Wonder what they've been up to. I don't know. Perhaps they're still talking it all out. Wait, someone's leaving the gym. Look behind you.
Oh, hey, Shiriko.
Shirika-chan, you were watching our trial? Well, yes. I found it prudent to observe how our school is being represented. I have to say, you all did quite well. I'm happy with the result. That said, I hope your future trials don't get so serious near the end. This is meant to be lighthearted, after all.
Nah, I don't know. I doubt that, Shiriko. I feel like the LD2 incident is gonna be very important in this shit. I wonder if it's gonna be some stuff like in the Great City tutorial where we're gonna go up against a judge who did all this shit.
We'll see. Especially when the Crackle gets done their third chapter. Hello. Rina-chan! How are you feeling? I feel fine. Thank you for asking. I hope that we didn't cause you too much trouble. I would hate for you all to have been weighed down by all this. Don't worry about it, Rina-chan. I promise that we're just relieved everything seems to be back to normal. Hey, you and I both! You're a true lawyer. You had the conviction to win the case. Well, I'm glad that you're back to your stupid pun bullshit. Thanks, I. Oh, come on, you got to have more to say than that. You found out that I'm a felon. You're free to give me a longer sentence.
Felon? Okay, I.
I'm glad you're happy too, Ai-chan. Still, I wish there was more I could do for Rina. If only her family could have watched the show. Actually, I may know a compromise. Hey, Rina-chan! What is it, you, son? I'm sorry your parents couldn't make it to our show, but if it makes you feel any better, I know someone who could come to our next live.
Which is who? Oh, is it Shiro?
Even if your parents couldn't come, you still got this.
Oh, no, okay. I thought she expressed, desire to go there. Wait, oh. Did I fuck this up? Hold on. Damn it. I fucked it up so bad. I thought it was wrong. Wait. Was it just... What? Wait, I got confused right now. What the fuck? Did I screw up somehow? Or... I thought I was supposed to get something right there. I guess it was okay for me to get something wrong. Or is it you? Me? I don't know. I thought it was like Shudo's. I thought it was like the girl who expressed a like for Rita's clothes. I thought that was going to be the angle, but I guess not.
Oops, I guess I was wrong. It's okay. I know you're just trying to cheer me up. Rina-chan bored, smiley. You made a lot of people happy today, Yu-chan. Give yourself a pat on the back. Thanks, Yumu. But it's all for my friends. If I can make them happy, then that's all I ever wanted. Anyway, let's take a group picture. Ai-chan, would you do the honors? Oh yeah, gladly. That includes you, Shioti. Now ready? But I was hardly involved in this case, wasn't I? That doesn't matter. Get over here. We couldn't have gotten to this point without you. Alright, places everyone. 1, 2, 3.
I was like, dude knows, like, she just does a weird face over there. What's she doing over there? I have no clue. It's so stupid. Oh well. I must have messed that up, to be honest. I really did. Oh, hey, there's Maki. I guess he's gonna be the next, prosecutor. Oh, shit. Alright then. Thank you for playing. Gyakuten Live is developed for the most part by a single person. If you've enjoyed this game so far and would like to support development, consider leaving a rating or review on the itch.io or Game Jolt page, keeping up by following on Twitter or YouTube, or sharing the game with those that may enjoy it. See you in Turnabout Chameleon. Alright. I want to check back at that one, because I do feel like I fucked up there. So let me go back again. Okay, let me try this again, because I might have fucked it up. Me.
Even if your parents couldn't come, you've still got this. Sorry.
Okay, I guess we're not supposed to get it, I guess, or something. I figured that, it would be me, or, you. Since I would go there. That would matter, or something, or... Is it? I guess it's, no right answer to it, so, okay. Okay, guys, that's a perfect time to end this whole thing off now, because, well, the third chapter isn't gonna be Ray, but Turnabout, the third chapter is going to be about, Turnabout to a Chameleon, which is, to be released, so it's going to be about Aqua. Alright, I cannot wait to come back with the Aqua jokes, man. Oh, man, I've been missing that so much. Aqua! But yeah, I was that was an interesting trial, to be honest. I actually did like the things about it, man. Despite my problems with the first part, and probably the second part too, I still enjoyed that trial. I feel like this was the episode where I was close on my deductions. I just gaslit myself too many times into thinking that it was something else. Or I just thought, oh, maybe it's not that. But yeah, I did enjoy that trial, I did. That part of the end with Rina surprised me the most, just how she behaved and all that. I was like, oh my god. I guess, that's how Rina actually is. She actually does get a little bit fidgety or a little bit stressed if you press her about things. I honestly didn't think her parents didn't visit her all that much, to be honest. I thought her parents were fine with her, or like, at least like, visit her often and such. She wasn't like Nico or anything, but I guess he did get Nico'd in a way. Or more so like Nozomi, I think, because Nozomi's parents didn't like, do much with her either. Or at least her circumstances didn't allow her to make friends. I don't know, but yeah, that was pretty sad for Rina to go through all that, and like, at the very least, she has people, supporting her and all, so yeah. Anyways, that's the perfect time to end this episode off. There's like nothing much else I can do for this one, because we didn't do anything more with the LT2 incident after we found out about it, but I'm having the feeling that like the LT2 incident might come up later in like this upcoming part here, episode 3. And then there's probably gonna be like, it's gonna be like total of 6, so I'm having the feeling that like the LT2 incident will start to get bigger as we go on within the story. So episodes 3 through 5 is going to be when it starts to really take hold of the story, I think. Or at least after we get done with Aqua's story, but we still have to get to Muse. We haven't gotten to Muse yet at all, so I'm having the feeling that like once we get through Aqua's story, we'll then go to Muse. And then these 2 episodes will be about the LD2 incident, which will be, alright, I'm very interested to see what this LD2 incident is going to be about. Hopefully don't forget about it by the time Crackle gets done with the 3rd episode, which I don't think it should be too far away. But until then, I'll have to do other Let's Plays for the time being until that chapter comes out, which will probably be perfect amount of time for Crackle to, get finished at a reasonable pace. But yeah, I did enjoy the trial, I did. There were some things that really bugged me about it, to be honest. It's like, what about the green screen door? We didn't do anything with it for some reason. Like, I figured we would do something with it, but we didn't. That's what confused me about that one moment with us trying to figure out where Rina hid all this time. I thought, was it the secret door? Was that important in all of this? But it wasn't. What are we supposed to go somewhere with that, or what? Or is that going to be important way later into the story somehow? Like, somehow the LT2 incident is going to occur, and that secret passage is somehow going to be important now. I guess. Or was that a red herring of some kind that was meant to throw me off? I don't know. I have no clue. Hopefully it will get explained. Anyways, guys, I hope you all enjoyed this episode of Gyakuten Live. If you did and would like to see more, please be sure to leave a like and a comment down in the comment section. And if you have not already, I would like for you to leave us a subscribe. And also be sure to check out all of Crackle's social media pages and everything related to this game, because it's a really good game. And I promise you all that I'll be around for the next episode. Until we meet again, guys, I bid you all a fond farewell.